Warning, do not try this at home without proper precautions. Do not consume any part of the wisteria plant as it is toxic. Wisteria seeds, also known as beans, are known to be toxic due to the presence of a compound called lectin and other toxic glycosides. Ingesting even a small amount of the seed pods or other parts of the wisteria plant can cause symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. In severe cases, it could lead to dehydration or more serious complications, though fatalities are extremely rare.
So right here is the wisteria plant. We're picking seeds for our little project.
This is the end of December, so these are very dry and dead from fall. So that's why they look like this. Normally they would look purple with flowers all over it.
Kind of just drooping down.
Very cool. As you can see, we've gotten all the pea pods off the plant. Now we're going to take all the beans out and get some beans. I'm putting all the beans on a piece of cardboard so they don't get wet. It's important that the beans stay dry so it's easier to grind into a powder. If it's wet, it'll be like a mush. So this step is really important to make sure your beans are not wet. For the longer stalks, I'm going to keep the beans for replanting next year because if I select bigger stalks, then there's more of a chance for the stalks to also be bigger next year. So I'm keeping these for next year's planting. So these 6 stalks right here, I will be keeping to plant next year because they are the biggest out of all of them. And the rest we will process into the Japanese poison. In a future video, I will be explaining how to grow these from seed so you can have them all over your yard. These are very beneficial for the yard because they repel mosquitoes, which is great. Mosquitoes kind of are dookie, and they attract butterflies and bees, which are good to keep your yard healthy and make sure everything's nice and pollinated. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting example here. You can see only 2 of the beans have fully formed. Well, there's a bunch of these tiny beans that could have formed. So that's pretty interesting.
The use of poisons, including potentially toxic plants like wisteria in Japanese history, is closely associated with covert practices like assassinations and sabotage, particularly by ninjas. While direct documentation of wisteria being used is minimal, its known toxic properties make it plausible that ninjas could have employed it in their art. Ninjas were masters of improvising, and their understanding of botany and pharmacology allowed them to use a wide variety of natural toxins in their weapons, such as wisteria.
Alright, so this is the very last one. I'm going to open this guy up. And the final one. So that's it. So all the beans we gathered, and now we're going to start processing them into poison. You can use these for kindling for fire, or you could really do whatever you want with this. Just make sure you don't eat it because it is also poisonous. Here we have the beans and the thingy to crush up the beans to start processing them. And that's what we're gonna do. Make it into a fine powder. Shell's very hard. Damn. So you can see they're only starting to break here. So I've been pounding at this for about 5 minutes. Very little progress. So what I'm going to do is keep going at it, but I do advise you use like a hammer or something to crush these up. It's not really powdery. I would suggest roasting them, maybe on a fire with some tin foil. I wouldn't use your pots or pans or anything like that to do that. So you'd roast them first, but this should be good enough for what we are trying to do here. So to make the poison into a nice liquid, we would put some water on this. There's plenty of water right here. So I'll grab some snow here. Just put it right in here. Just like this. And then I would start smashing up with the snow. It was important to keep them dry before so it can turn into more of a powder easier. But in this case it didn't really work out that well. But it should work fine. Here. Okay. As long as you see like a little color change in the water, you should be good. So I'm going to mix this around for a little longer. The water has absorbed a lot of the enzymes, and that enzymes is what makes it poisonous to humans. So I'm going to filter out all the big chunks so it's just a liquid using a paper towel. Use a coffee filter, just a piece of paper, this cup. I'm just going to stick that in there like this, and then pour that right in. Oh no, that's not pouring right. I'm going to squeeze it out, and this is garbage right here. So we can see right here we have our poisonous liquid. You can see the color, it's like a creamy color. Looks almost like almond milk. Oh, it tastes disgusting. I put it in a clear cup here so you can see it better. Here's a better angle of the texture. You can see it's pretty watery because we use water, but it is very cloudy, very white, and that's how you know if you're gonna get poisoned. Look for this color liquid. You probably don't want to drink that.
Yeah, and the only way to tell if this is coconut water or not is if you drink it, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
You drink it. It actually smells pretty good, but sorry, I would not drink it. So these are the seeds that I kept to plant next year, and I will be putting it in a little paper bag so it doesn't trap any moisture, which is important for the seed to live. Thank you all for watching, and please like and subscribe.